Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 right here on the Mightier 1090 and the Let's Talk Hookup app. Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Mexa and Corey Sandin. The whole team is here. Team Let's Talk Hookup right here for our Christmas spectacular. And boy, what a show. Man. I mean, already been some great takes here and some great texts. And man, we're giving away the farm. We're giving away the farm. We're giving away some amazing prizes. And why don't you go over that once again, Ricky?
You got it, buddy. Again, for the Christmas spectacular, at the end of the show today, we are giving away 5 spools of Seaguar Gold fluorocarbon and an Anza fillet knife. Next, for our texters, we are giving away a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, a $50 gift card good for any pair of Maui Jims, plus a $50 gift card.
It's a $50 gift card at Dana Landing, and then $50 gift card at East County Bait and Tackle, and a gift card for a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So if I, my bad, if I pooched that one. Next up is a $400 Afco clothing shopping spree.
Yeah, you basically get to pick out anything at Afco.com, and then we'll get that for you.
You got it. Followed by a Shimano Torium reel. That's courtesy of Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Somebody's getting a brand new Shimano Torium. Followed by $100 worth of MC swim baits, a killer pack from MC, a $100 pack of MC weedless baits, and a Tranks 400 reel. That's the one I think I would. That's the one I'm signing up for.
One, yeah.
That's a great prize. Next up, a Shimano Speedmaster 16 2-speed. That's given away at the end of the show today.
It's a pretty nice prize.
You're not kidding. Last but certainly not least, there's so much stuff in prize pack number 7. A 1-year fully loaded subscription to Your Saltwater Guide, a Your Saltwater Guide t-shirt, a box of Baja beef jerky, and a $100 Promar and Ahi gift pack, and a 1-year membership to fishdope.com. Crazy prize. Yeah, that's an awesome one.
And I want to say a huge thank you go out to our sponsors that provided those prizes. Shimano, of course, always very generous with all their other products, and a lot of these products hard to get, but we got them.
Yeah,
and you're going to get it for them. Of course, Corey, of course, Doug at Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Thanks to Doug. Thanks to T. Pinard over at Dana Landing and ECBT. And, of course, Dale and Jason over at Seaguar Fluorocarbon, thanks to them. And Donnie at Anza Fillet Knives. And, of course, the one and only Dave Hansen, Your Saltwater Guide. I want to thank them. And I must say, as we come up on the end of the year, I'm very grateful that all of our sponsors are back. Shimano, Ford, and all the great sponsors that we have here, key sponsors, are back. And so we're looking forward to a fantastic 2021. And what better way to start the year with than back on our home sport, which is the Mightier 1090.
Yep,
so
feels good to be
very
home.
Grateful to have all that going for us. And in the meantime, let's find out what's biting, Rick.
You got it, man. It's time for the catch report. Today, our FishDope.com report is sponsored by the Sato Crimp and Winder Company with products for serious sport fishermen. If you're looking for a better way to get bit on these finicky tuna, make your own seamless top shots all the way down to 40-pound fluorocarbon with the Sato Crimp system. It's easy, cost-effective, and big fish proven. It's all about bait presentation, and the Sato Crimp system will give you a seamless, easy-to-cast connection. Get Sato Crimps and supplies at selected tackle stores like Fisherman's Landing Tackle and the Longfin. We're going to get started with the man who's normally sitting right next to us, but we know he's certainly standing by, and that's our buddy Santa Claus, Captain Mark Wish of Pacific Edge. Good morning, Mark. Yo, Mark.
We have Mark?
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
Kind of lost you there for a minute. Yeah, we went dark there. Hey, Pete, Rick, Corey.
Good morning.
Man,
we miss you, buddy.
Oh, dude, it feels awful strange being down here and not sitting there with you guys. But I've been listening, and that's it's definitely been fun. But, it's been kind of a different year for everybody, and we'll be back there next year for sure.
That's right.
But, So I got kind of a short report for you here. Not a whole hell of a lot going on out there. Good weather now, though, this weekend, so that'll definitely help our coverage. But up in Santa Monica Bay, Danny just texted me a little bit. Danny from Fish Dope. Squid floated again up there in the tanker buoy zone. That's good news. So if I was up there, I'd catch a little bit of that bait and take it down, kind of look around that flat rock zone outside the kelp line or rocky proper, and go around the corner and maybe check that kelp down by Portuguese Bend there. It's getting toward that time that that big sea bass shows up here. So the big ones, the 50, 60 pounder. So we'll see what happens there. Catalina really didn't hear much about any surface action at all. It's really kind of wound down quickly here. But that codfish fishing's been really good, though. They're snapping. And remember, guys, for everywhere in Southern California here, that rockfish season closes at the end of the year. It's shut down completely for January and February. Over at Catalina, the best squid has been backside metal, and haven't heard of any fish finding it yet, but soon coming. At Clemente, a little bit of squid starting to show up over there also. Those yellows and sea bass will find it soon enough. And it's been in the cove there, so can't ask for a nicer place to fish. They're nice and calm. And offshore, not much close to home at all. It's that time of year, but looking at AIS this morning, there's some coverage out between the Cortez and the tip of the Condom, and very, very interesting to see what those guys find with better weather and good working conditions. So short report, let you guys get back at it, but I have to ask, was that last song, was that who I thought it was?
Yes.
Who else would that be?
Who else would it be?
That was so fun.
That was
classic.
Rob.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's a
Good
talented
job,
guy.
Rob. I miss you, buddy.
He's got so many different talents.
Dude, my side
Yes,
was
he does.
clapping, so that was very good, Rob.
Hey, and of course, fishdope.com, always great information, and $20 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code Hookup now, lowercase, no space, year-round, 7/24. Every day, you're going to get information on fishdope.com. What a great gift, a year membership. They're going to remember you for the whole year if you give a gift of a year membership to fishdope.com. Just go to fishdope.com and sign up and get your person on your list a gift membership to fishdope.com. And Mark, how do we find you?
Well, P, we're in Huntington Beach. We're on the corner of Bolsa Chica and Edinger, and the phone number is area code 714-840-4262, and the website's PacificEdgeTackle.com, and you should see some of these tanks we've been sending out the door. I got a 250-gallon double state-of-the-art tank going to Louisiana here next week.
Holy
That's
mackerel.
a lot of tanks.
Son.
It's a lot. You should see this boat. The boat's a 140-foot crew boat that the guy is converting into a yacht, and it is absolutely spectacular.
Wow.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Cool.
Bigger,
Yeah.
bigger,
That
small,
is
we
cool.
build them all.
Well, Santa Mark, we miss you, and Merry Christmas to you and Chris, and we'll look forward to talking to you next Saturday, which we will be here the day after Christmas. Next Saturday, going to be a great show, and you don't want to miss that because Captain Tim Ekstrom from the Royal Star will be here.
Nice.
So don't want to miss
that's
that show.
always a good
Day after Christmas, next Saturday for sure. Thanks, Mark. Merry Christmas to you.
Okay, you got it, guys. We'll see you.
All right. Appreciate that very much. 213-432-1090. There's a line open for the very first time this morning. Andrew's standing by, waiting for your phone calls. So go ahead and jump back into it, Rick.
You got it. Well, I got a great text. This one was to answer an earlier question. My best friend Lanny from Lakeside, who I've heard call into the show, and I used to fish albacore on the Sea Scout in 1965, which left from the Imperial Beach Pier. So,
Wow.
yeah, cool text there.
Yeah, indeed. Now, don't forget to give us your name and your phone number, too, so you're eligible for the prize when you do send that in. So,
It is a necessity.
It's a good one, yeah. If you don't give us that, we don't know how to find you, and you don't win the prize. So there you go. All right, let's go ahead and jump in the phones, Rick.
You got it. This time we're going to talk to Jim. Jim's calling us from San Diego this morning. What's up, Jim? Welcome to the show.
Good morning, all. Rick, Corey, and everybody. Merry Christmas to everybody. And Mark, I know you got your ears on, so Merry Christmas to you out there. I've got a little tip for everybody that's got a private boat or able to go out with friends with a party with a little skiff. If you see flying fish out in front, which we all have seen. Oh, did you see that flying fish? Well, I was always wondering how to catch them. I found out how to catch them. You use, which you mentioned a couple shows ago, a bonita feather. put it in clear water, bring your RPMs down and put it in clear water. If you can, I have very good luck doing big S turns and keeping it in clear water, in other words, away from the prop wash. And you will get flying fish, fresh flying fish, because I know they're a little expensive to get frozen, but these are fresh, and
Come on, they'll eat a bonita feather?
They eat a bonita feather, but you have to be careful. You might catch a bonita, too.
Never heard that one.
Yeah, but it does work. It does work. I've done it 2 or 3 times going out to the 425 where you're going along 20 knots and you see 2 or 3 flying fish go out. Well, heck, you don't have a butterfly net long enough to get those little buppies. So, I put on a 20-pound outfit with mono, and I put on a bonita feather, and I troll it back into clear water, and it works. It works very well.
Pretty darn interesting.
All right.
I like it.
We'll check that out.
I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. To all my military veteran friends, a Merry Christmas to you all.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate that. Merry
cool.
Christmas to you. Appreciate the call this morning. All right. You want to get
You're very
through?
welcome.
213-432-1090. 213-432-1090. We have some line open. If you want to get through, it's been a busy morning. Now's your chance.
Yeah, it's been a crazy busy morning. First time we've had an open phone line in the Christmas Spectacular since the get-go.
Yeah.
Next up, let's talk to Chuck. Chuck's calling us from Dana Point this morning. Hi, Chuck. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, guys. Merry Christmas to everybody. Tight lines next year, bros. Hey, you want to up your ante and up your luck? Share your bounty. You know, we go out there and we catch too much fish that we know we can't eat. There's somebody usually on the boat that didn't catch one. Share it with them. And when you get home, you look in your freezer. If you got too much, go down to your local fire station and donate to them guys. Because they're there for us. We got to be there for them. And the aha moment of the year, chunk seal works. If we ever see when the line test guy was on there,
Yeah, it was
the
pretty
biggest
fun.
fish on the line was a little side note there, chunk seal, you know. But you want to take a kid fishing, it's too easy. There's half days that cater to them, just like Dana Wharf has. Take 2 adults and get a free kid half day, 10 o'clock. They've already eaten breakfast. That's a big key to kids. They don't eat before they go out. So if you make sure they eat, they have a better chance of surviving that half day. Make them eat a burger and have a great time.
Thanks a lot.
Good call, Chuck.
Appreciate that, Chuck.
Merry Christmas, you guys.
Merry Christmas to you, Chuck. Thanks very much. Appreciate that very much. All right. Let's go ahead and jump back. You got a text?
I do.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I thought a good one. This was is from Bill from Chula Vista. Said, "Here's to wishing you all a tight lines and a healthy future while not forgetting the past." Hey, Corey, what size spring and length do you like to use for the MC slugs and the MC 7-inch weedless swim bait? Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Well, for the weedless swim bait, if you can find the Trocar 9/0 swim bait hook on it, you know, and they come in a 1/2 and 3/4 ounce. But if you can find that Trocar hook and that spring that comes on there, I actually help them make that darn spring, and you won't have to look for anything else. But you can also use that spring, and they make them as a replacement spring. You can use that spring also in the slug.
It's a real heavy duty.
Extremely heavy duty, yes.
Like the springs that you're used to seeing on a lot of twist lock style baits, it's
10
multiple times, heavier gauge.
Now, can't you buy a package of those?
You can.
And switch out the hooks that you have?
Well, you can buy a replacement pack of those Trocar springs, but use that spring as your slug spring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or you can buy that 9/0 unweighted, and you just use that configuration too. So that'll work. There's 3 good tips.
All right.
But that takes all the fun out of trying to make springs with 300-pound wire.
You remember?
When you're zipping, you know, I remember putting it in the drill and then rolling it over the top of a screwdriver.
You have no idea.
And then it comes loose and it rips your finger off when the tag cuts loose.
Literally. I almost did that about a handful of times, yes.
Yeah, indeed. Well, hey, opportunity to get through right now is 213-432-1090. We have 6 different prizes for our callers, and we still have a lot of opportunity in there. It's all about giving us a good contribution. It doesn't have to be a creative song like we heard earlier, or a poem, or it can be a nice fishing tip, or just a nice message to mankind.
You don't have to be the Bass Boat Band to win.
No.
You just a good question, wanting to know about some fishing tackle is all it takes. So again, if you want to get through, give us a call this morning, 213-432-1090. That's how you get through right now.
All right, let's jump in the phones, Rick.
Armand from Seal Beach is up next on Let's Talk Hookup. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Merry Fishmas, thank you for taking my call. So I have some tips about halibut from a fish tracking study I did a couple years ago. It was in the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, so the Long Beach Harbor. Everyone knows the fish structure for halibut, that ecotone where the sand meets the reef. Well, we had majority of our detections of halibut within that area, within 30 meters, so 100 feet of that reef or a pier or something. That's where the halibut were living. And then they moved the most on the slack tides. They would go in and out of the harbor, typically on the slack tides. And then lastly, I want to encourage any fishermen trying to help out with science, get in contact with your local university. John Bellotti of CCA up in my area, he helped me tremendously with catching halibut in the harbor, and without his help, I don't know if I would have gotten as many as I did. So thank you, and Merry Fishmas.
I think that's awesome, Armand. And yeah, what a great call too about if you want to participate in in a research study like that. I mean, it's a great call. And what cool things, clearly you're a fisherman and also participating in the science end of things. I'm sure that had to, whatever studies it was that you guys were doing had to certainly aid in your fishing path too.
All right. Appreciate the call this morning. Ralph in Menifee sent a nice text and interesting question, too. And he said, thanks for all you guys do on Let's Talk Hookup. And he wants to know about quick clips and snaps. Corey, what's your opinion using jigs with quick clips? First, explain what a quick clip is, and do you recommend that?
A quick clip is like a extremely heavy-duty safety pin that you're tying that on, and then so you can change out whatever you go, surface iron, whatever you want to do. I just personally, I don't trust it. I don't. And the reason I don't trust it is I don't want to put that in between me and a 12-pound bass. Right? So, yeah. And I don't think you'd want to put that between you and a 300-pound bluefin. And I don't think you'd want to put that between you and a 50-pound local yellow. So, do they work? Yeah, a lot of guys use them. They work.
Do they hamper the action of the bait?
They might improve some things, right? But I can tie a San Diego knot quicker than I can undo that clip and redo it. Then there's guys like Benny Florentino that love them. That absolutely is part of their game, right? But you're asking me, and I'm giving you my honest assessment.
I'm so happy to hear you say that because I feel the same way. We were having a fun debate in the shop, and some guy was talking about they're so much faster, and it's just like it's just like wiring your jig, and it's so much faster. He goes, it's so much faster, and I just said, well, you could make an argument that wearing Velcro shoes is much faster than tying them, but it doesn't make it right. Deep down in your hole, you're not doing the right thing.
Right, I'm with you.
I'm with you. I don't like the clips.
Yeah, no. I've tried them a couple times. Not a fan.
No.
I just tie a San Diego knot.
Yeah. Thank you.
Real quick.
Thank you.
Right?
That's how you go fishing.
Indeed. Hey, Bart Hall's on the line. Good morning, Bart.
But a good text,
Yeah, it's a good text.
Totally.
Very good text. Thanks for the text.
What's up, Bart?
Hey, Bart.
Good morning, guys. I just wanted to say Merry Christmas and what a treat it is to hear all three of you together.
Hey, thank you very much,
fun day
Bart.
and a fun show, Bart.
You're not going to sing for us or play or something?
Well, I'd be happy to play drums with Rob when he wants to do that live.
I needed a bass line.
Yeah, I don't think you don't want to hear me sing. That's the problem. That was pretty cool, though. I really enjoyed that. That was very nice.
Indeed.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
I have a fishing story. So
okay.
I got to go fishing a little while ago with Corey Sandin, and of course he outfished me 5-1 at least, and. So then when it was over, because of my bad knees, I have trouble getting in and out of boats. So I had to kind of crawl up onto the dock and then lay there. And then Corey had to figure out how to try to get this 300-pound piece of crap up off of the dock in a standing position because I couldn't bend my knees. It was a lot of fun. We actually laughed about it quite a bit.
That's cool.
Oh, Bart, it's all about the good times. It was totally enjoyable putting you on a few calicos. I know it wasn't the most spectacular day. I think it was in very late October. Things had kind of slowing down, but, we still had like 15 fish on the boat.
That's cool.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Catching fish, it's fishing, Corey. It's not catching. My father taught me that a long time ago.
And it's so close to the harbor. That's the beauty of it, 2 miles.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great day.
Cool. Wonderful. A lot of fun.
Wonderful. It's really fun to watch Corey work a bait between the kelp and the open water and back to kelp again. It's really an art, and it's great to watch.
What always amazes me about going fishing with Corey is that how he catches so many more fish, and I'm doing exactly the same thing. What's that all about, huh, Corey?
Well, you're not doing exactly the same thing.
Exactly,
Bart.
You're doing close to the same thing. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
well,
I was doing the same thing.
Yeah. well, great to hear from you, Bart, and thanks for all the contributions and everything and all the support you give Let's Talk Hookup. We sure appreciate everything there.
It's a Merry Christmas. And one thing I was just thinking, I want to just express this feeling of mine is that the Fred Hall shows, what they are is not so much entities as living and breathing things that are produced by Jenny and me and Katie and Mike Lum and Tim Baker and all of our crew that help us with Dave and Eric and Rick and everybody, and it's and Billy, and it's really, and Jonathan. I'm going to leave people out. I'm going to get in trouble here.
Lyle, can't forget Lyle.
And Lyle and Eric, and it's really wonderful. It's a living, breathing thing, and it could be called anything, and it's just a wonderful thing that's brought by people who care about the future of sport fishing. So thanks for everybody. Thank you for all you do for us, as well as what we try to do with you too. So
all right, Bart. Well,
good
nice
call,
message.
Bart.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the call this morning very much.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you. We're having some issues with the phone lines this morning. So 213-432-1090. Those of you on the hotlines and stuff like that too, try that number 213-432-1090. You'll be able to get through. We're still wide open for takes and questions and amazing prizes to give away here for our Christmas spectacular. So get on it.
In the meantime, while we're getting that squared away, we got about 4 million texts.
Yeah.
Another fun one. This one's from Gil and Menifee. He said, my question is for Corey. If I want to target yellowtail with a swim bait, what size, what weight, and what color would you recommend?
Bass. Freshwater?
No, yellowtail.
Oh, yellowtail.
It's a yellowtail with a swim bait.
Man, I don't know. That's they seem to be mostly incidental. Like Benny was talking about Clemente. I mean, I've heard of so much of that this year. It's just fishing the 7-inch weedless in the kelp, and they're incidental, and that. Like Jeff Mariani told me too, he was fishing with Benny, and I think they had a dozen yellows, and for me, it's an incidental thing. If you're going to target them, you'd better have a surface iron on the outside edge.
Okay,
that'd be my tip.
Yeah, the best MC swim bait to catch a yellowtail is a Tatty 45.
There it is, exactly. Yeah, definitely. I mean that's. I'm always honest.
Yeah.
Now, the 7-inch weedless, fishing for the calicos, they will eat it though. Faster the better.
Now let me ask you this one, because I know you've done a lot of those trips, and I know that you've caught plenty of incidental ones, and I would guess it would have to be from either one of your Baja fun trips or one of those Shogun skiff trips or
funny
trips back.
Yeah.
What's the biggest or most fun yellow you can remember eating a swim bait when you certainly weren't trying to catch a yellow, but it happened anyways?
I'm laughing as you're asking because I already have the answer. The 8-inch slug working it on the surface like crazy for the calicos, and the 20 to 40 pounders at Benito's would absolutely just crush that
20
thing.
20 to 40.
Huge. I mean, I'm telling you. And I can remember times where in the whitewater, guys were throwing surface iron. You didn't know if you had a 6 to 8 pound calico or listen, I'm not even exaggerating, up to 50 pound yellows in the whitewater in 5 feet of water.
Oh, my
wow. Like they would literally, and I was back on the qualifier, they would literally turn the boat. Yeah, a guy would hook one and it would literally turn the skiff, and you would be
Had not to see.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Like knock your socks off. I would literally, I can remember times where I would see 2 huge yellows. I mean, I'm talking 40 plus.
Right.
Following that slug, and I'd literally wind it in, oh no.
Yeah.
Because you literally, if you hooked one, you're in a battle.
Yeah.
And I would thumb it. The only one time I'd ever thumb my reel, because it's either coming straight to the boat or I'm breaking it off, because I want to keep fishing bass.
Now, qualifier, beginning of the slug, skiff days, was that still Spectra?
That was heavy. It was 80-pound braid, 80-pound leader, and on those trips, going down with Jeff, 80 is minimal.
Yeah.
I bring 60, I bring 80, and I bring Giganto, 150, because it doesn't matter.
So what are those big yellows cruising the shoreline doing? Eating?
Oh,
What are they eating?
Crazy. I don't. But Bonitos, obviously it's Cedros. It happens too.
Yeah.
But you have 10 boats with pressure, right?
Sure.
I mean, come on. But they just seem to be in that 30 to 60 feet of water instead of
just feeding in there.
in the white water. Yeah, I mean, it is
crazy
insanity. And I think Bonitos is that situation where it's that Clemente. It's volcanic, and it has that look, and it goes from 0 to 30 really quick, and then from 30 to 130 super quick. So that fish comes right up for the same reason to catch wahoo right there within casting
He's
distance.
in 5 feet of water, but with 2 kicks of his tail, he's in 150 feet of water.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that gets me
Some
fired
of the
up.
craziest things I've seen were there. You know.
Well, hey, if you've been trying to get through 213-432-1090, there's issues. Bad timing on this.
Yeah.
There's issues with the phones today, but there are some people that are able to get there. My suggestion is just keep trying back. They're trying to correct the things up there at Sports Grid. So 213-432-1090. Keep trying. And,
I think the lines got so jammed up.
Did the Christmas Spectacular flood the phone?
Maybe it.
Welcome home. Thanks a lot, Pete.
Yeah.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. Lots of funds, the Christmas Spectacular, lots of texts, lots of phone calls. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the mightier 1090.
If you're looking for a high-quality cocktail that's also easy to enjoy on your next fishing trip, check out Cutwater Spirits' lineup of canned cocktails. Cutwater's master distiller and co-founder, Yusuf Cherney, is a hardcore fisherman. In fact, he developed Cutwater with all his favorite adventures in mind. Yusuf takes Cutwater's award-winning spirits, uses them to make real cocktails, and then puts them into cans so you can take them anywhere. It's like they were made for fishing because they were actually made for fishing. Check out their popular canned margarita made with real tequila, the zesty vodka mule, or the spicy Bloody Mary, which has some serious bite. They also make super refreshing vodka sodas in grapefruit, lime, and cucumber flavors. Just crack the can and enjoy a bar-quality cocktail even when there's no bar in sight. Back at the dock or at your evening anchorage in Catalina, Cutwater cocktails are exactly what you need for your next fishing trip. You can check out all 18 of Cutwater's canned cocktails at cutwaterspirits.com and then look for them at your local liquor store. Then go ahead and set your cocktail free. Please enjoy responsibly.
Are you looking for an ultimate fishing destination? Well, look no further than Queen Charlotte Safaris Lodge in British Columbia. This is Valerie Helpridge. There's so many reasons to join us on your next fishing adventure, but a few of the highlights in fishing with us is the protected, calm, pristine waters for quality Chinook salmon all season. After you get your limits of salmon, Queen Charlotte Safaris will take you in our comfortable covered heated jet boats to our halibut, lingcod, and rock fishing areas, and we have larger retention than Alaska. Our beautiful lodge overlooks Shingle Bay and Sunspit, and it's so easy to get to. You fly from almost anywhere from the United States and Canada into Vancouver, then a short flight directly to Sunspit. Our trips are all-inclusive, full days of fishing, custom processing, fishing license, and all your gear is provided. Let our expert chefs pamper you with amazing meals. Our staff delivers wonderful hospitality, all in your Queen Charlotte Safaris package. So call me at 1-877-815-2892 or qcsafaris.com. We look forward to seeing you there.
This is Brandon Hayward with Bite Sport Fishing, here to talk about Parker Boats and the crew at West Coast Marine. In the spring of 2013, I bought my first Parker. When it came time to rebrand from one-man charters to Bite Sport Fishing and add to my fleet and start running out of Davies Locker, Newport Beach, and Fisherman's Landing this summer season, I chose a Parker. When clients ask why I chose Parker, I always say, I could have had any boat, but my 2320 is perfect for my white sea bass, offshore, and lobster program. Almost 6,000 hours on my 2320 Pilot House over the past 6 seasons has shown me that Parker is the ultimate West Coast charter boat. It's what customers expect. These stout workhorses offer everything anglers need, as in a stable platform with huge deck space for our West Coast style of live bait fishing. Parker's a big reason why I run more charters than any other small boat operation in Southern California. I like my 2320 so much that I bought another one. And while you never know what's going to happen with fishing, I know it won't be my last Parker I buy from West Coast Marine. If fishing isn't something you do but who you are, then Parker's for you, be it a one-day charter or a lifetime of ownership. If you're ready for a new Parker at a fair, upfront, and honest deal, you need to go see Kevin Kelly at West Coast Marine. Check out their inventory and information at westcoastmarine.com.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
Fillet knives shouldn't be disposable. Introducing Afco fillet knives that are built to last. Designed in collaboration with Boker, Germany, Afco knives feature 4116 German stainless steel, bonded with titanium nitride to ensure optimum corrosion resistance and exceptional edge retention. A non-slip TPR handle maintains a firm grip when processing game fish. Premium in every sense, Afco fillet knives are available in multiple length options to provide the right tool that gets the job done season after season. Fillet knives from Afco. Any fish, any water.
Pete, this is Bill Hagan from the Mightier 1090. We just wanted to say thank you and welcome back to 1090, and definitely didn't want to not participate in your Christmas spectacular. I know this is a big show for you, and just wanted to send this over. So this is from us to you and all of your listeners and all of our listeners. Thanks.
'Twas a few days before Christmas, and all through the station, we were all excited with great anticipation. The uplinks were tested, the audio was there, for a SoCal icon soon would be on our air. Our signal was humming, our antennas aglow, and all of it in honor of an amazing show. For 30 years it's been there, based in San Diego, but now it will be heard from the Baja to Modesto, with hosts named Pete and Corey and Rick Maxa, a.k.a. Rock Cod, true masters of the art of fishing, maestros of the reel and rod. We could not be prouder as we raise our glasses and toast. Here's to a glorious future, like a sunrise on the coast. So let's talk hookup, telling fishing tales big and burly. Welcome, friends, to the Mightier 1090. Seems Christmas just came a little bit early.
That was awesome.
Yeah, Bill Hagan almost wins.
I'd say that. Yeah, Hagan's got a 3-star.
Yeah, for sure.
That was awesome.
That was really cool.
And then welcome back to the Mightier 1090.
Yeah. Well done, Bill. Thanks very much.
So welcome back. That you're smoking the phone lines.
Yeah, I think we totally smoked the phone lines because they're not working.
They're not working.
Something's
They're
wrong.
not working.
Yeah, but we do have Scott Sherman. Good morning, Scott.
What's up, Scott?
Hey, good morning, guys. Merry Christmas. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Good morning.
Yeah, great show again. I just wanted to say thank you. You know, it was a crazy year for 2020, but there was one constant and regular that kept us kind of sane, and that was tuning into you guys every weekend. So just thanks for the show. And I had a quick question for Corey, too.
Go ahead.
Hey, Corey, when fishing your swim baits, what would be your number one tip for people fishing with your swim baits? Is it a technique? Is it a condition? What would it be?
You know, I don't know right off the top of my head. You know what? Probably the biggest tip I could give you is to get better life out of your swim bait. Maybe use some super glue on your lead head. How about that? You know, some guys don't do that, sure. and that would probably carry you 3 times further with each bait. How about that?
I like it.
Yeah,
perfect. I like it.
Well wishes for the new year and Merry Christmas, right?
Hey, so Scott, tell us what it's like. What is it like being a civilian again now that you're no longer the politician?
Yeah, a lot more time to go fishing and golfing into the desert, that's for sure.
Yeah. So what's in store for Scott next? I mean, you're going back to work at Snap Insurance?
Yeah, I've got my office starting to get set up down there. I'll be back in the office pretty regular after the first year. You know, I've been looking out for the interest of fishermen at City Hall for about 8 years, so it's time to get back to my roots and look out after their interests with their boat insurance and those type of things. So we'll be getting back into it. Looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah, well, we need you back in the insurance biz.
Well, I tell you, it'll be back to a world where people's handshakes actually mean something, buddy.
That's funny, Scott.
The truth is coming out.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, Scott, Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year, and we're looking forward to you having time to spend more time with us here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Yeah, can I give a quick shout out to Kevin Kelly up at West Coast Marine? Had a little issue with the boat, and he was Johnny on the spot. He's come down to San Diego, picked it up. He took it up to Costa Mesa, getting the work done on warranty. It's just been absolutely customer service at its finest. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Kevin.
Well said, man. That's rad, Scott. He's the man.
Boat dealers and boat companies should strive to be like West Coast Marine. They are the best.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Merry Christmas to you.
Good to have you back, Sherm.
Yeah, good to have you back in the real world. Forget those politics.
Although it sure was nice to have a real person in that world for a while. That was for sure.
Yeah.
See you, Scott.
Well, I still got a couple phone numbers down there. If something comes up in the fishing world, I'll be on top of it.
All right, cool.
Appreciate it, buddy. Hey, I want to remind you, this portion of the show is sponsored by Anza Knives, handcrafting knives in the USA for over 3 decades. Check out the Fish Pro series and that custom bluefin and yellowfin knife from Anza Knives, made from high-carbon steel, which holds a great edge, and they're easy to sharpen. Anza Knives are the finest fillet knives ever produced. Anza also offers knives for military, law enforcement, and hunting. Check AnzaKnives.com for more details, or get the Fish Pro series at Fisherman's Processing.
All right. Hey, want to remind you again, the ACC Championship today on the Mightier 1090 at 1 o'clock today. Notre Dame versus Clemson. That's going to be one.
Huge game.
That's a huge game.
Huge.
Only heard right here on the Mightier 1090 for sure. And the other thing I want to mention too is the Searcher has great gift packs. Looking for that last minute Christmas gift?
There's time.
Searcher bucks, and they also have like T-shirt packages and things like that. Really easy. Just go on the website, searchersportfishing.com, or just give a call to the office there. Call Celia in the office, and they'll set you up with a last-minute Christmas. Searcher bucks can be used for anything, a trip, Searcher clothing, use your galley tab, whatever. And if in any denomination you want to give your fishing friend a $25 gift or a $50 gift or a $20 gift, any denomination, Searcher Bucks, great gift for
Good
sure.
Call. Well, hey, with the while we're trying to get the phone straightened away, we got lots of texts. I got a chuckle out of this one. This was from our friend Matt in Montclair. It says, "Man's been to the moon and back. Man has invented the cure for polio. Man invented Monday Night Football, but he still can't outsmart a fish." That was,
isn't that once in a while we can outsmart a fish?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
just
right.
once in a while, right?
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of outsmarting fish, Corey, what's your go-to calico rig for this winter time right now? I mean, this is we're basically in the dead of the Southern California winter, but we can still get out fishing, and there's kelp growing, and there's still fish biting. So, what's the go-to?
Off the top of my head, if you're going to go with 3/4 to 1 ounce lead heads, a 5-inch Viejos or a 5-inch regular swim bait. Down deeper and very similar to what Benny was talking about. I loved when Benny was on here and talking about Jack Soul and everything. But that's one of their favorites, really, is fishing down the stocks. And you might be in 60 feet of water, but fish are they might be from the bottom but elevated up to 30 feet, in the middle. But don't discount anything on the surface, because
really,
yeah, absolutely. Even if you have 58-degree water and it's been solid now, minus the swell's been macking here the last 8 to 10 days. I mean, up to 10 feet, right? So you can kind of discredit some of this.
Sure.
But if you have steady conditions and it's 58 degrees, it could be pretty darn decent fishing on the surface. Okay. I mean, that's the truth of it right there. You could have a fun day with the weedless in the top 5 feet of the water
So
column.
you'd have two rods. So basically you have a weedless, and then you'd also have a standard swim bait.
By far the moneymaker is going to be a 5-inch Viejos on a 3/4 ounce
lead head
down toward the bottom.
Yeah. And then what about the bay? Of course, a lot of people like fishing the bay right now.
This is actually the best time of the year to fish the bay. I love this time and into the spring. The spotties get all fired up, and a little bit of baits coming in the harbor, and again, 58-degree water. You can make things happen very easily. You know, we're so blessed to have Mission Bay in our backyard. I'm telling you, San Diego Bay too. You can go this time of the year south of the Coronado Bridge, and you even though it's 58, you might be a degree warmer, 59, and it is loaded with 10 to 12-inch spotties.
Yeah. Now, what about up north? We have a lot of listeners, especially now that we're back on the Mightier 1090. Newport, Long Beach, San Pedro, Marine Del Rey, all the way up Santa Barbara, Ventura, all that area. Are the bays up there productive?
Fun. You know what? One of Benny and Jack's favorite things to do that they've done is the breakwall. The breakwall fishing this time of the year is the best.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was better in the
absolutely.
winter
Yeah,
time.
it's very good winter fishery. Yeah, and that's. I don't know what to say, but it's an incredible fish. That's one of the best on this coast, really.
You always see the photos of guys with big ones in the dark. Does that bite in the day as well? Is it only a nighttime thing?
It's more of a nighttime thing. Yeah, I would say if you went 10 trips, half and half, 5 at night, 5 during the day, you're going to connect 4 out of 5 nights.
Got it.
Where you're going to connect 1 or 2.
Perfect and out, yeah.
You'll make it happen during the day
and
have fun. I'm not a nighttime guy, honestly. I could fish early.
Like Pete Grossbeck says, nighttime for sleeping?
It just, I have other things to do with my night. And I enjoy it. I've done it, and I've done well, but it's just not my kind of gig, you know? Yeah. But and Redondo, too. There's awesome fishing right there on their breakwall, and they're submerged out, maybe I'm giving up some spots, but out in front of the pier, that submerged jetty, too, can be a lot of fun.
You said number one, outside rig, lead head and swim bait and 5-inch weedless. What about in the bay? If you're fishing in the bay, trying to fish spotties on the, do you like a 3-inch bait and a lead head? Do you fish a Bama rig? Like, what's your favorite thing for catching spotties?
I definitely
slugs. What do you like?
I definitely don't like fishing the A rig. Mm-hmm. It works. It is hands down one of the coolest things ever, but it's just not.
It's not what you're looking for.
It isn't. No, I fish a 1/2 ounce in a 5-inch slug, and if you have clean water and sunlight, the visual reactionary bites are pretty darn solid. The chance of a 12-pound halibut is every cast. And that's, getting to that's one thing that happened this last winter and early spring was the halibut fishing in San Diego Bay, Mission Bay, and up to Long Beach was some of the best that we had experienced in probably 10 to 15 years.
Wow.
And if I had to give a tip, you better start looking.
Yeah,
because
good call.
It's starting like right now. Starting in late December.
There was such a fun period of time last year, and you're right, it was right about this time when we were at the tackle store, and a lot of the boats were in doing their maintenance period.
Yes.
And Brian Kiyahara and Randy Toussaint would come in getting 20-pound and some sinkers fish in the bay, and then the Shogun crew. What was happening was all of these guys were doing their boat work, and they were like, let's bail on boat work a little early. The halibut are biting, and like the whole long range fleet,
everyone's out fishing
long range
halibut.
and day and a half and sport boat fleet. They were all out there fishing and having great halibut fishing.
And why is that, Corey? Why is that timing working?
I don't. I've been told that they spawn in that December, January, February, like kind of not what you would think, but maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. It's but I don't know. It's entities too, like CCA, that have helped ban certain types of fishing. Okay, like the trawling and the gill netting that was exited from here in the early 90s, 91, 92. CCA didn't have anything to do with that one, but it's CCA that carries on the tradition of banning stuff like that. The banning of those gill nets in the early 90s, as a kid, I remember they would lay them through the kelp and lay them in areas. You can only imagine. They were trying for sea bass and for quote-unquote perch, but what else was being caught in there, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Everything else.
Everything the fishing that we have today is, a lot of it is because of the banning of those gill nets in the early 90s. The halibut fishing today is because
Absolutely.
of that.
Sea bass fishing.
The sea bass fishing that we had 12 to 15 years ago and the squid stuff.
Yeah.
All those
could happen this year.
Oh,
There's squid
man.
around.
I'm telling you, there's a sign of squid.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Like Mark talking about the sign of squid up there.
Yeah.
We've seen a
There's
sign of squid
around here too.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky, you've got a great text.
Yeah. This one. So it reads, it was the night before Christmas, and all around town, not a human was stirring. We're all on lockdown. Make you depressed? He said, not a chance. I'm a saltwater fisherman who had an amazing 2020. I had a great year of adventuring offshore, great catches, seeing old friends again, and making new ones. And the best part was watching my dear friend Eddie Means catch his personal best 242-pound bluefin. Now, that was my ultimate Christmas gift, and that was from Cheer, our good buddy Cheer.
Nice.
Part of our little Let's Talk Hookup family there. So, yeah, very, very good one.
Nice, Chair. Good job there. I got another one here. Best fishing memory of 2020, taking my two boys, 8 and 10, on their first half-day trip with Captain Fred Huber aboard the Daily Double right after they started fishing again in June. The same boat fished 28 years before on my first deep-sea trip. This one was hours of wide-open calico bass, best I've ever seen. My boys are hooked. Merry Christmas, guys. Really appreciate the show and what you do for our fishing community, and that's from Mark in Oceanside. Very nice take, Mark.
Cool,
and
for sure.
Good for you for taking those kids fishing, no doubt about it.
I got another fun little rhymer from Adam in San Diego. Well, Christmas is here, and it couldn't be finer to hear Let's Talk Hookup on the mightier 10-9er.
All right, very good. And speaking of Adam, Adam Clark, our main man, and Jenny, they're listening. Got a text from Jenny, and Adam normally help us out on the phones, and of course our phones are a different route today, and I apologize to our listeners that have been trying to get through that our phones are down, and it's not good timing for our Christmas spectacular, but we're making do, and thank goodness for the text, and thanks to Andrew trying to work things out in there on the phone. So we'll keep on moving. Anyway, Adam does such an amazing job with the app. He gets those archives up right away, so you can hear them not only on the Let's Talk Hookup website, letstalkhookup.com, but you can also hear it on our app, Let's Talk Hookup app, right away. Speaking of our Let's Talk Hookup website, letstalkhookup.com, on our trips page, I am blown away at how our trips are filling this year. Rancho Leonero in June, sold out.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Great. The
Tomorrow's
Cutwater Spirits trip?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. The Cutwater Spirits tournament. Everybody wants to come down there and have a chance to win some big bucks and have a good time. That's going to be a great time. But there is a waiting list, so if you want to get through, go ahead and try that. And then also, I want to say that tomorrow's guests on Let's Talk Hookup from Katmai Lodge, Bob and Rob, are going to be here. Our Katmai trip is sold out, but Bob will have some great information on Katmai on how you can get it in next summer.
Oh, sweet.
Into that great thing. So you want to tune in tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. right back here on the Mightier 1090.
All right, we got another phone call. We got Greg on the line. Good morning, Greg.
Hey, Rick, this is Ray. He got my name wrong. This is Ray from Fisherman's Landing. Just want to say Merry Christmas to you guys.
Hey, Ray.
Me and Vince are over here handling the shop. Pretty good. Just want to say Merry Christmas to you guys. Listen to the show. Good stuff going on.
Fantastic.
That's rad, Ray. I
All
know.
right.
So I got a funny story about Ray. Ray, this was the first summer Ray working with us in the tackle store, and when we were doing the interview, kind of process, we were talking about fishing and what you done and background. Ray's very hardcore, very into fishing, and one of the things Doug always asks is, hey, do you have any big trips, any time that we need to know about? If you're planning on being gone the whole summer, maybe the summertime gig's not going to work out. And Ray said, the only thing I got coming up is I'm going on the Let's Talk Hookup kayak trip on the Islander, so don't schedule me for that. Don't schedule me for those times.
Sure.
After that, we both looked at, all right, we're hired.
That's good times.
This guy's hired. He's a keeper.
Oh, and he's a great guy at Fisherman's Landing.
No doubt.
And a knowledgeable fisherman. Hey,
Thanks,
sure
Ray.
Appreciate that, Ray. Thanks a lot for the Merry Christmas.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out what all kinds of great prizes we're giving away. Lots more. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the Mightier 1090.
For your next trip, who needs travel insurance? You do. This is Bob Dawson from Dawson & Associates Insurance Services. We guarantee the lowest prices on all travel insurance plans with 6 companies and 122 different policies. These plans will include trip cancellation insurance, medical, medevac, baggage loss, and rental car coverage. Please call me at area code 619-990-3068 or visit us at safariglobaltravel.com.
All of us at the American Angler family want to express appreciation to our regular passengers that fish with us year after year and to the new anglers that came out this last season. We realize how precious your vacation time is, and we are truly grateful that you have chosen to spend this time with us. It's important that your experience is memorable from the moment you call the office to the time you step off the boat. Hi, I'm Lori. Call me at the office, 619-223-5414, or check us out at AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com. Come fishing with the American Angler family and make a memory.
Pete here to tell you about our friends Jim and Mary and their incredible crew at Poway Valley Collision. I hear it all the time. Hey, I took my car to Poway Valley Collision, and you were right. Mentioned you guys, and they gave us the VIP treatment. Fixed our car, and even gave us a special price. Believe me when I say Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them now, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And I'm not fooling. Our listeners can save hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, and Wawanesa, and more. All you do is call Jim, Mary, or any of their team members, and they do all the rest. No hassles, just top-notch work and VIP treatment. I had my car repaired at Poway Valley Collision, and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
For your next trip, who needs travel insurance? You do. This is Bob Dawson from Dawson & Associates Insurance Services. We guarantee the lowest prices on all travel insurance plans with 6 companies and 122 different policies. These plans will include trip cancellation insurance, medical, medevac, baggage loss, and rental car coverage. Please call me at area code 619-990-3068 or visit us at safariglobaltravel.com.
To all the listeners of Let's Talk Hookup, this is Scott Kaplan from the Kaplan and Crew Show here on 1090, and I just want to say to Pete and Rick and everybody in the fishing community in Southern California, have a terrific holiday season, a very Merry Christmas, stay healthy out there, and I am so glad Let's Talk Hookup is back on 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup.
Thanks, Scott.
That was really cool.
Scott Kaplan, of course, heard every afternoon, Monday through Friday here on the Mightier 1090. Scott's been a huge support for us. And
legendary.
Yeah, a legendary guy and a super talent. So we're thrilled to be a part of the team here at the Mightier 1090. And okay, we
got a lot.
We got a lot going on. So let's go ahead and tell us the winners.
Run down them. Okay, first off, the 5 spools of Seagar fluorocarbon and Anza fillet knife. That was won by Steve in Leucadia, who wanted to pass it forward. So we made a random draw, and the random winner was Arnie in Vista. So Arnie, you got yourself 5 spools of Seagar fluorocarbon and Anza knife. The text winner of the Maui Jim, any pair of sunglasses, $50 to Dana, $50 to ECBT. That was going to Paul in Lakeside. Congrats on that. $400 Afco shopping spree. Rich in Bradley with that great pay it forward freshwater bass tips. The Torium reel, courtesy of Fisherman's Landing, is going to Armand and Seal Beach. $100 gift pack of MC swim baits and that Shimano Tranx 400 reel. It had to be the guy.
Rob.
There's no way you're going to not win with that one. That was Rob, the Bass Boat Band. Shimano Speedmaster 16 reel, 2-speed, brand new 2-speeds going to Matt in La Mesa. And last but certainly not least, a full year loaded subscription to Your Saltwater Guide, the t-shirt, the gift box of jerky, $100 in Promar gift certificate and Ahi, great stuff. The gift bag rather, and a 1-year membership to fishdope.com is Harry in La Jolla.
All right, and thanks to everybody that participated, and we apologize if the phones were an issue there for you, and we sure want to thank our good buddy on the phones there, Andrew. Oh boy, what a day! We warned him, and it's only the second weekend with us, and
no doubt he pulled the plug halfway through it.
Yeah, we pulled the plug, and now the phone lines are jammed up. We had some kind of, and hopefully we'll get that all worked out. Of course, we'll get all that worked out.
That's right.
Before I think what happened was it just overloaded the sure.
Oh, sure it did.
Hey, when the smoke clears,
yeah, the smoke finally cleared out.
Exactly.
It just went. But great job, Corey Sandin. Sure appreciate everything you do for Let's Talk Hookup. It's so wonderful for Rick and myself to have you as part of the team.
Oh, Merry Christmas!
Yeah,
and
totally.
I'll tell you, it's a blessing and it's an honor to. Yeah, I'm privileged. You know, I do what I love, and I love fishing, and making the lures is a lifelong enjoyment and a passion and love. And like you,
we love to go fishing. Right?
If you didn't get the email with Pete's story is right on target with doing something you love doing.
Yes, indeed. Yeah,
Yes.
from the start there.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. But Corey, MC swim mates are available at many Southern California tackle stores, right?
The best.
Yeah.
I mean,
all
the Longfin, Fisherman's Landing, and Dana Landing, Seaforth. I'm going to forget ones.
Yeah.
Hogan's,
Yeah.
Pacific Coast Bait and Tackle, East County Bait and Tackle, local here.
Got them all.
I hope I'm forgetting.
And speaking of East County Bait and Tackle, they work in freshwater too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
El Salto.
Yeah, indeed. All right.
Barrett, favorite thing to fish at Barrett?
I know it.
Yeah, indeed. All right. Well, hey, thanks to everybody out there. We're going to be back tomorrow morning, 7 and 9 a.m. Going to be a great show.
I'm looking forward to talking to
that's going to be great. Bob and Rob from Katmai Lodge going to be talking some serious trout fishing here on the Mightier 1090 tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. Merry Christmas to everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow morning right back here on the Mightier 1090 and the Let's Talk Hookup app.